I'd like to welcome you to Introductory Sociology class. My name is Matthew Irvin. I'll be your course facilitator for the class. Please take a minute and read my biography and introduction of the class, and we're going to have a great time working together. So, what I'd like to do now is to give you a little bit of a heads up on how to really be successful in the class. So let's go back here to the first part of the class where the home page of the class, okay? This is what you'll have here. And here's the course menu. Okay, each in the course menu, you're going to have, you'll start here, right? Please go here, start here, read through this, right? Okay, and then this will get you started on the course a little bit. And then let's go over here to module one. Okay, and this is module one. All right, but before we get to module one, let's look at the assignments for a minute. Okay, I think it's really important that we look at these assignments. A lot of people maybe don't understand what to do. Maybe you're new to this academic business, or maybe you're a veteran student, right? But the first thing I want to do is I'd like you to take a minute and before we get really dive into anything, and as we're getting started, I'd like you to look at these discussion rubrics, modules, so forth, what they expect you to do. So let's look at this discussion rubric, okay? So what you're going to do, okay, for every discussion that we have in the class, and we have, I believe we have 6 discussions out of the 8 weeks, okay? Please do the following, okay? Um, Please do this, okay? So for each discussion, you're going to create what we call an initial post. In other words, before you dive in and start just writing, free writing, read the assignment, read the work associated with the assignment, and then you're going to write a post, an initial post. That's like 1 to 2 paragraphs responding to your the initial post, the prompt, it's called. Okay, and so module one, you complete the initial post by Thursday, and then you complete the rest of them by Thursday. If you're a little late, don't worry, but please, okay, for your initial post, you're going to write this, and people often forget this, and so I'm letting you know right now at the beginning. Use a proper citation method for your discipline. The citation method that we use in sociology, the social sciences, at least here at Southern New Hampshire University, is called APA format. And we'll take a look at that in a minute. It's over here under Shapiro Library, Citing Your Sources Guide. Okay, so go over, click that. So at the end of your initial discussion post, you need to cite it. You also need to respond to at least 2 of your classmates. Southern New Hampshire University takes this very seriously. It's the only way we're going to be able to establish a learning community where we can learn and process this information together. Okay? So please make sure and initial post, write a couple of paragraphs, and respond to your classmates. And you basically have to have everything wound up by Sunday, Sunday at midnight. Okay, just a minute before midnight. Okay, so then the next assignment we're going to have, you have these worksheets. Let's take a look at our first one. Okay, and worksheets are short, guided exercises based on your reading of the text and the other materials that might be in the module, right? And then this is where we go out and we observe a part of the social world. Now, please don't write. I looked at work. People, I was at work. People were like looking at me funny. Like really, just take a minute, and dive. Please, kind of really engage this assignment. All right. Make an effort to engage this assignment, and just don't do it. Don't think about it like a one-off or something that you have to do, but really try to engage it. Okay, and then so and I want you to go through and it's just review. That's the second kind of assignment. These worksheet rubrics. Okay, now for your final paper. Okay. Um, I want you to, I think what you need to do, what the best thing I would recommend is go look here. Milestones 1, 2, and 3 enable you to build your final paper. If you respond to my feedback and you get to module 3 and everything's good to go, then you're basically, you don't need to do much else except resubmit your work, your slight corrections. But let's look at this final project. Okay, you're gonna pick a specific social issue. Okay, your milestones build up to this 2, 4, and 5. So take a minute and read the milestones in modules 2, 4, and 5. Okay. Please narrow your focus. You can't write a paper about bullying. You have to narrow it. You can't write a paper about racism. That's far too broad. The greatest American sociologist of the 20th century, one of the greatest, W.E.B. Du Bois, wrote 120 books about racism. So you have to narrow your focus. Look at discrimination in the housing industry or the justice system or medicine, right? If that's what motivates you. Look at substance abuse, but narrow it down. Don't write me a paper about substance abuse. That's not a paper that's going to tell us very much. You want to have your paper do a little work. Okay, so narrow it down. So that could be the fentanyl epidemic. It could be alcohol use syndrome, and so forth. So here are some ways you could break it down here, right? So with that, let's take a look at the modules. Each week, including this week, there's a module, right? And what you need to do is you need to go through here. The first thing you'll need to do is go through here and look at the module introduction. Right? You will need to look at the overview, and it'll tell you, it'll have some reading here, and it'll also have some, some other references as well. It'll also tell you what you need to read from the text. Okay. You're gonna it'll give you reading and resources. Review the required resources. Don't just read chapter 1. You've got plenty of other links in here that you can read. Okay, so and then you'll have your assignments here, right? 1-3 is an ungraded assignment where you are able to look at again, please review the final project guidelines of Rubik. I look forward to responding to you and us working together over the course of the semester. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send me an email. Thanks, and have a great start to your semester.